Good day, Mr. President, and good day, lawmakers, and good day, fellow citizens of the United States. My name is Kurt Gerhardt. I'm a 50-year-old independent businessman here in the United States. Very proud of my country, and it's been a wonderful life I've led. Unfortunately, over the last 30 years or more, we've lost sight of a couple of basic issues in the world, and that is one, everything that's really, really good in life takes a lot of hard work. We have tried now for many, many years to find an easier, gentler way to run our country and our society. And unfortunately, it hasn't worked real well. We've spent ourselves into a horrible deficit and budget loss that is unbelievable. And we've surrounded ourselves with a group of people who keep feeding us a line that they'll take care of it. Well, there's a couple of true facts on the earth. One is, you people are not politicians and you are not lawmakers. You are civil servant employees of the people of this country. And I believe here in the near future you're all going to find that out. Number two is, I don't understand how you can possibly run this country any other way than you do your home. If you make X number of dollars, you can't spend more than that. You can't spend more money that we can't possibly pay back. Eventually that loan will get called in, and it isn't going to go well when it does. There'll be no way to pay it back, and that burden will fall on our loved ones. And the third question is, ladies and gentlemen, I don't care if you're on the right or the left, none of you are right. None of you are correct. The correct fact of the matter is, if we continue to take the easy way out of everything, it is going to crumble around us. I realize that nobody wants to see anybody hungry, nobody wants to see anybody without a home, nobody wants to see anybody without a car, nobody wants to see anybody without a job. But the fact of the matter is, our laziness and our taking the easy way out of things has caught up to us. Eventually, as my grandfather would say, sooner or later you got to pay the fiddler. Well, it's time we pay the fiddler. If we do that with some earnest and effort, I think we won't have a problem if we start now. But if we continue down this line of just spending money we don't have, it isn't going to go good. Heaven forbid that our debtors call in our debt. What are we going to do if the people that hold the paper against this country of ours look up and say, by the way, we want our money? Or they just decide to stop buying it, for goodness sake. I realize that the average person hasn't thought about this, and I would never have had it up and brought to my attention. So at this point in time, President, I ask you, please, President Obama, I understand that you heartfelt and sincerely believe in that you want to reform health care in this nation. I understand that completely, and I couldn't agree with you more. Do I think that adding taxes on top of a beleaguered economy is the way to do it? Not right now. Do I think we can eventually? Sure do. But right now, if you haven't already shipped out the money and these stimulus and buyouts and prop-ups and helping hands to everybody under God's green earth, I suggest you grab all that money and you put it back in the United States coffers. And you tell these business people that if they're not smart enough and bright enough to make a go of their business, there's lots of other people out here that will take their place. All those banks you propped up, I'm real sure there's some small ones that would like to have taken their place. Car companies, there'll be car companies. Trust me. There'll be jobs in the car industry. It'll happen. Because there's a profit to be made by building cars and selling cars. There's lots of companies doing it. So let's, for the first time in a long time, start to run this nation like we do our individual households. Those of us who have not lost our houses to ridiculous mortgages and inflated prices, we're not greedy and speculative and borrowed every nickel and dime against our house we could so we could put it in a hedge fund and make ridiculous amounts of money without having to work at it. We're all in pretty good shape still. There's a lot of us out here. And we are the ones that are going to bear the burden for this insanity spending that you people find necessary to put out. For God's sakes, people, stop. I'd like all the fellow Americans to remember something. We are the employer here. They are the employees here. The people in government work for us. We sign the paychecks. We give them their offices, their perks, their vacations, and their salaries. It is time we start to employ civil servants, those people who want to help their nation because they feel a calling, not because it's a lucrative job, not because there's a lot of power involved. There are those of us out here that want to be that. And we'll be that in a heartbeat. wish you all the very, very best. Thank you.